What is up? It's NFL Week 9. I'm Ryan Weisse, and this is Club Fantasy's Streams of the Week. Welcome back. We had a great week last week. If you're new to the segment, what I do is I give you my top 5 options at quarterback, tight end, and defense that are all available in at least 50% of Yahoo leagues after waivers have run on Wednesday. These are true streaming options, guys that are likely available that you can plug into your lineup right now. And if last week's any indication, we're heating up. You got 43 points if you started each of my top guys last week. We hit on all 3 of our options. Daniel Jones hit at quarterback, Tyler Conklin hit at tight end, and the Seahawks hit on defense. It was a pretty solid week. We hit on only 2 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, and 2 defenses. So from that standpoint, there were a couple of misses in there, but no major misses. And I think that's a really big win when you're looking at guys that are available in this many leagues. So we're going to jump into it. Remember to check the links in the description and hit subscribe. We're doing giveaways all the time. Links in the description are going to get you free money at Thrive Fantasy. There's articles in there. Everything great we're doing at Club Fantasy. With quarterbacks, we're going to start from number 5 and work our way up to the stream of the week. Number 5 is going to be Tua Tagovailoa taking on the Houston defense. Houston's defense hasn't been as bad as we expected, but they're still giving up points to the quarterback. Tua hasn't been as bad as we expected, and I'm hoping he gets Will Fuller back this week for a revenge game. Next, we're going to have Taysom Hill taking on the Atlanta Falcons, assuming Hill is back. Hill can get it done with his legs. He could easily score 2 touchdowns rushing. I don't think it's going to be a great game for his pass catchers, but it could still be a solid game for him. Number 3 is going to be Mike White taking on the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday. White was fire last week, over 400 passing yards. I'm not quite sure he's going to repeat that, but the Jets should have to throw the ball a lot, and in a short week, anything can happen. Number 2 is going to be Daniel Jones, last week's number 1, taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are a team in a little bit of turmoil right now. That doesn't mean I don't think Jones is going to turn the ball over. That might come up again later, but Jones is another quarterback who can get it done with his feet. He's going to be able to save his fantasy day that way. Number 1 this week, I'm going to continue to pick on the Dallas Cowboys. It's Teddy 2 Gloves. Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy 3 tutties this week. I think it's going to be an easy game for his wide receivers to get open. Cortland Sutton's going to have a big day. Jerry Jeudy, look for Noah Fant. The running back can score. I think 3 touchdowns is on the plate. I think Teddy Bridgewater is my stream of the week. Jumping over to tight end, number 5 is going to be Jared Cook taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Not a great game last week, taking on New England, who is notoriously good against the tight end. Philadelphia is not. Number 4 is going to be Evan Ingram taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Giants continue to have injuries at wide receiver. Ingram's going to be a guy they're going to have to lean on. Number 3 is Mo Alley-Cox taking on the Jets again on Thursday night. The Jets are surprisingly good against wide receivers. I think that's going to free the field up for Mo Alley-Cox. A couple of touchdowns, very possible this week. Number 2, last week's number 1, Tyler Conklin. Probably should be number 1 this week, but I don't like picking guys 2 weeks in a row. Taking on the Baltimore Ravens, they give up the most points to tight ends in fantasy football. You want Tyler Conklin. For the sake of diversity, number 1 is going to be Dan Arnold taking on the Buffalo Bills. Arnold is with the Jacksonville Jaguars, if you're not aware. Arnold has basically led the team in targets since he's come over from the Carolina Panthers. Buffalo, very good against wide receivers. They're pretty good against tight ends, but Arnold's kind of a hybrid, and I think Buffalo is going to have to focus on stopping the wide receivers. It's going to free some room up for Dan Arnold. He was a great play last week. I think he repeats again this week. Jumping to defense, we're going to start with the New York Giants taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas offense is going to be in turmoil, the unfortunate Henry Ruggs situation. All in all, I think the Giants, Derek Carr is going to have a solid game, but I think it could be a low-scoring game. Number 4, my Carolina Panthers taking on the New England Patriots. Carolina's defense surprisingly good. We've seen good Mac Jones. We've seen bad Mac Jones. I think there's going to be sacks and turnovers, and that's what it takes. Could even see a touchdown in this game. Number 3 is going to be the Miami Dolphins taking on Houston. I think this is a get-right game for Miami. I'm thinking big things for the Dolphins just on offense and defense. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Green Bay Packers. This is normally a game I would stay away from. Chiefs defense is notoriously bad. You have Jordan Love starting. You don't know if Devontae Adams is playing. The Packers offense in general, they just lost Robert Tonyan. Packers offense could be very bad. I think you could finally see a get-right game for the Chiefs. It's risky, high risk, high reward. Much less risk, probably equal reward. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders coming off a bye, taking on the New York Giants. Daniel Jones has played well, but he'll still turn the ball over. We could still see a Raiders defensive touchdown. The Raiders defense has been better than they have been in recent years. Sneaky good play. I don't love that it's cross country, but they are coming off of a bye. So that's it. My streams of the week: Teddy Bridgewater taking on the Dallas Cowboys, Dan Arnold taking on the Buffalo Bills, and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New York Giants. Hopefully we hit big again this week. I'm back here with big smiles next week. As I said, hit that subscribe button. We're ready to do the next giveaway. We just gave away a Javonte Williams jersey, and we want to give you guys away something too. Good luck this week, unless you're playing me.